Well, show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask.
Okay, this is the third whiskey on tonight's flight. I started out with a Crown Royal Canadian whiskey, and I went on to a really interesting 17-year-old Balvenie peated cask single malt Speyside Scotch whiskey. Now I'm moving on to something else that's rather special, and I didn't know how special it was until I started looking into what it was. It is a Gooderham Worts Little Trinity 3-grain Canadian whiskey. And what I'm going to do is pour this into a glass from the samples that were sent to me by Sneerson. These are two little 22 milliliter samples. Two of them should make one wee dram. And let's get the other guy open. I believe these are the bottles I sent him, sample bottles I sent him with something else in them. And of course he sent them right back to me with some different contents, which is really cool. And two of those makes one of these. That's about 40, 45 mils, something like that. Okay. Oh, that smells good. Now I'm going to read to you what I found on the internet regarding this particular, because I don't have any bottle or anything, so I had to go on the web and have a look and see what they had to say. Here it says, walk about 3 minutes north from the historic Gooderham Worts Distillery District in Toronto, and you'll find Little Trinity, the red brick Gothic Revival Anglican church that William Gooderham built in 1843 for his workers. Other places of worship required churchgoers to pay pew fees. Little Trinity did not put such demands on its faithful. That was typical Gooderham altruism. This new limited edition Gooderham Worts whiskey pays homage to that history. It is a robust 17-year-old whiskey made from 3 grains rather than the 4 typically used for the brand, and it is named Gooderham Worts Little Trinity. It's also bottled at 45% ABV, slightly higher than the 44.4% Gooderham Worts Core Expression, which, by the way, is quite an excellent whiskey in its own right. I just had to add that in there. Gooderham Worts is one of 4 whiskeys in the Northern Border collection, and this special edition comes to us as part of the 2017 Rare Releases series. Okay. So it must have been, I've never seen this anywhere, so it must have been fun to find a bottle of this. And it has a beautiful freshness. It has a spicy rye note, just bordering on dill. I'm getting some corn sweetness as well. But the rye is, there's some complexity here. I'm going to have to read on to find out what it is. A blend of 5 spirits. Okay. Each at least 17 years old, Little Trinity includes 3 different double-distilled corn-based whiskeys. Wow. One was matured in brand new virgin oak barrels. A second spent 18 years in once-used ex-bourbon barrels. And the third matured in barrels that had already been used several times to mature other whiskeys. Add to this once-distilled rye whiskey matured in ex-bourbon barrels, and once distilled wheat whiskey matured in virgin oak. Wow, that's a mouthful. The array of flavors is just splendid. Well, I'm getting quite a nose. I'm getting a little bit of everything in there, and the complexity is astounding. It's just all of these different flavors and influences married together. Old tinder dry boards, white creamy clover honey, dried Christmas cake fruits, golden sultanas, hard rye spices, clean lumber, a lovely subtle and long-tasting glow on the tongue, soft creme brulee, and sweet vanilla. Oak tannins from virgin wood are restrained, tasting and feeling more like walnuts. Rye spices sit front and center without overpowering the creamy sweetness of the corn and delicate oaky tones from used barrel wood. I could not have said it better myself. And it says here $79.95 at the LCBO, price to be verified when the whiskey is released October 2017. Okay, so this must have just, Sneerson must have just grabbed this as it was coming out. And it's got 5 stars, very highly recommended. So, let's see. So far, all I got is the nose, which has rye bordering on dill. I'm getting influences of virgin oak, yes. So wheat, corn, and rye. No barley. Interesting. I'm getting some fudgy notes, some vanilla notes, some oak notes, a little bit of fudginess. Fudgy. Barnboard, yes, barnboard. Toffee, vanilla. Oh. This is already quite special on the nose. On the taste, I can just imagine it's going to be beautiful. By the way, here's a couple of pictures that I was able to glean off the internet. The same place where I shamelessly stole that written review there that I mentioned or that I read. Yeah. Oh, this is super. This is one of the nicer Canadian whiskeys, and I've always held, since I first tried the Gooderham Worts 4 grain, I've always held it in high esteem. This is really, now I'm getting some of that wheat. Oh, Sneerson, thank you. Thank you very much for sending me this sample. I did not appreciate it so much when I did the live stream some time back. I just had one of these little guys, but now I've gone for broke and put the rest in a dram, and this is just lovely stuff. Okay. Cleanse my palate. I've had some Balvenie peated cask, which surprisingly didn't taste much like smoke or peat at all. Mostly fruity. But here we go. This promises to be something very special. Oh. Yes. I'm getting spiciness from the rye. I'm getting vanillas, caramels, toffee, and something else from the virgin oak. I'm getting some of that sawdust. I'm just imagining oak sawdust. Oh, but this is masterfully blended with the older barrels and the 3 grains and the different woods. The ex-bourbon barrels, the several times used barrels, and the virgin oak. Man, this is super stuff. Did I say thanks already? Wow. This is a beautiful, one of the nicest Canadian whiskeys I've ever had. I don't know if this is even available this far in Western Canada. Wow. That is some experience. Hard to beat. It's so rich and complex. And vanilla, toffee, wood, dill. A bit of mint too, yes, there's mint there too. The more I nose and the more I taste of this, the more different things I smell and taste. What a fabulous job. The people who made this really know what they're doing. Oh man, that is hard to beat. Bottle at 45%. I would say that's just in the sweet spot for the amount of alcohol to carry the flavors and the everything. I'm even getting a little bit of coffee in there. Just a little bit of coffee, black espresso coffee. Wow, vanilla. Yes, creme brulee. Yes. Mm. Mm. This is one of the most pleasant Canadian whiskeys I have ever had. I believe I hold Gooderham and Worts in higher esteem than I had held it before I tried this. Wow. This little Trinity is definitely a couple of dimensions more complex than the regular 4-grain Gooderham and Worts, which is an excellent whiskey in its own right. Oh, if I haven't said that already, I have said it now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would love to have a whole tank full of this stuff. Man, that is a beautiful work of art. Ah, this has got to be right up there among the finest Canadian whiskeys I've ever had. It's like up there with Union 52, Weiser's Union 52, and oh, what other great ones have I had? This one is right up there, right at the top. I neglected to add water. I don't think adding water will make much difference at the 45% alcohol by volume level it's at, but there's a little bit of water. Let's see if that made any difference to it. I don't think it would. It's just beautifully complex without it. Yeah. I think I'm getting more wood, less caramel, more toffee, and a wee bit of chocolate. Milk chocolate, not dark chocolate. Toffee. Ooh, toffee. You know, this was really wonderful without a drop of water, but adding a drop of water may have even opened it up a little bit more. Barnboard, and giving it a tad more complexity than it had. Oh, this is marvelous stuff. Heavenly, even. Mm. Oh, it's softer. A little softer on the palate after adding a bit of water. It goes down like just smooth. Unbelievably. And yet a little bit spicy and full of flavor. Man, I don't know how many good things I can say about this. This is such a fabulous example of Canadian whiskey. To your very, very good health.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Yeah.